That descale light always pops up at the worst time on my Keurig, but today it's Dollar Tree Descaler to the rescue. Hey there everybody, welcome to my time machine kitchen. I'm Scott. Today my time machine kitchen is more like my crazy time machine kitchen because I've got so many projects going on. I've even got stuff back from the garden that I need to put away. I've got a Thanksgiving thing going on. I've got Christmas. I mean, it is just nuts. My list is just growing and growing. And of course, as it always goes, when I went to make my cup of coffee this morning, the descale light popped up on my Keurig machine. Of course it did. But instead of using vinegar like I usually do to descale, I actually found this Dollar Tree Descaler in the back of my cupboard. So this is what I'm gonna use to descale my Keurig. Oh my gosh, I need to get it done really fast too because I need some coffee. Now there are two things that need to be done before we get started. First, take that old K-cup out of your Keurig because I always forget to do that. And the second thing is grab a big old mug that can go into the place where all of the descale liquid will come out of the Keurig machine. I always forget to do that and it goes everywhere. Okay, I have a Keurig K-Supreme and I absolutely love him. So let's give him a good clean so I can get some coffee into my body. Dollar Tree, will you work? It says on the bottle that this Homebright brand from Dollar Tree works for all top brand brewers. And there's a picture of a little brewer that looks K-cup-ish. So I feel like this is gonna be just fine for our cleaning. If you have water in your reservoir, dump it out and remove the filter as well. You need a completely empty reservoir. Back over to the Keurig, say goodbye to that blaring descale light for a few minutes and shut the power off. In the reservoir, dump in the entire bottle of descaler. Then fill that empty bottle up with regular water and dump that in too. Make sure the reservoir is back on the machine. This is where I ignore the Dollar Tree instructions on the bottle. They want you to turn the machine back on at this point and run the solution through. But Keurig has a descale function. You just leave the power off, press the 8-ounce and 12-ounce buttons at the same time, and then the descaling light comes on. The big K will light up, press that, and that'll start the first cycle. And yes, even though I reminded you about the mug, guess who forgot to add it? So make sure that mug is there to catch everything. After the first cycle, my water looks gross. I think that's mostly coffee grounds, but either way, yuck. Okay, on to another cycle. Just empty your mug, pop it back under the dispenser, and click the K to keep running the solution through. My Keurig did 2 cycles before the add water light came on, so I just dumped out that little bit of solution, rinsed out the reservoir really well, and then filled it up with clean water. I have to admit there's some instructions on the bottle that don't quite make sense to me. At this stage, it wants me to just let the machine sit for 30 minutes for like a soak mode. I'm not quite sure how that will work with my Keurig, so I'm just gonna skip that step and I'm gonna take my reservoir that's filled with water, pop it back on the machine, hit that lighted K button and get our rinse mode in action. As you're doing your rinse mode, the machine will continue to flash that it's descaling, and that's perfect. Now you might be wondering, what's actually in that bottle we used to clean our machine? It's mainly just citric acid. Now this is kind of the boring part. It'll cycle through, you dump the water out, and then you keep going with the next cycle until the water almost runs out. Don't worry, this doesn't take long, thank goodness, because I need my coffee. I have a monster to-do list today. I'm putting up a tree. Yes, I like a small tree up before Thanksgiving. I'm also trying to shoot a everything out of the can, box, or bag Thanksgiving meal video. Oh, and I'm still trying to put away the bounty that I pulled out of my garden earlier this month, so come on, coffee. Now, as your reservoir gets low, keep an eye on that descaling light, because when it goes out, you can turn the power back on and you are descaled. Whenever I descale my Keurig, I usually take that as an opportunity to clean the outside of my machine and to change the filter. So I did all of that. Now I mentioned earlier that I usually clean my Keurig Supreme with just plain white vinegar and water, and that works like a charm. I did a step-by-step video on that and I will link that in the description box down below. You've got to check it out. It's super easy and it's even cheaper than $1.25 that I paid at the Dollar Tree. $1.25 is not a big deal, I know. And if you're someone who loves just like the store-bought solutions, I think this actually worked pretty well. Do not go buy those other solutions. You can get descaled solutions that cost like $10, $15. I mean, that is a ripoff. I would either do the vinegar or this. Trust me, those work. This will work just fine. Okay, I got to stop talking. It's time to taste the coffee. Now, if you're worried that there might be some sort of weird aftertaste from the solution, do not worry. This is actually a very delicious cup of coffee. Good job to the Dollar Tree Descaler, worth $1.25. Thank you so much for watching this video. Now, I call this my time machine kitchen because I'm usually in here making recipes from TV shows, movies, and music from the past. Gen Xers and millennials, I'm talking to you. But if you love that kind of stuff, then stick around because you are always welcome here in my time machine kitchen.